Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lizzy, and today we are going to be watching I'm Allergic to the Sun. Ooh, that just sounds also horrible. I did a video where I was watching I'm Allergic to Water, and I thought that was bad, but I feel like this is worse, so let's give this a go.
I'm Sophia, and when I was a kid, me and my family always took trips to the beach.
Okay, it seems like these always start out as they're not allergic until a certain age, so they know what it's like before they're allergic and then now have to deal with life after they become allergic. That is based on one story I watched.
I can still remember how much I loved building sandcastles and playing with those cute little crabs. However, one day, I suddenly felt dizzy and noticed that I was completely covered in rashes and hives. I got scared and ran to my mom to tell her that something was wrong. However, my throat was so swollen that I couldn't even speak. My parents saw that I was suffocating and rushed me to the hospital. Luckily, the doctors were able to save my life.
Whew,
but a few hours later, I got diagnosed with solar urticaria.
Sun allergy. What I'm learning from these is urticaria is the medical term for allergy. It's a rare condition which exposure to UV radiation, you get hives, covered and uncovered. Jeez, rough.
Or sun allergy. It means that whenever UV light rays hit my skin, I get rashes that burn like fire. To make things worse,
that sounds painful.
My sun allergy is so extreme that I can't leave the house unless it's nighttime. Or unless I'm wearing a big sweatshirt that covers all of my skin. You can imagine how my whole life changed in an instant. The worst thing was going to school, because all my classmates could play on the schoolyard while I had to stay inside my classroom with the curtains closed. I felt so lonely, and I couldn't even go to the cafeteria to eat with my classmates because it had such big windows and no curtains. Suddenly, I was a complete loner without friends.
Actually, it kind of reminds me when I was little in like kindergarten or first grade. Sometimes I couldn't go outside and play with my friends because I was so allergic to pollen that I would literally like vomit. So, I mean, I could kind of relate, but it's obviously like not as bad as this.
I guess that's why I hated school, but life at home wasn't perfect either. I had to spend a lot of time with my evil brother.
Ooh.
We hated each other, and he always told me that my sun allergy was ruining our family.
Jeez.
Because we couldn't go camping or go to the beach anymore. I also had nightmares where I tried to run away from the sun, but it would follow me into our basement. Once the sun rays hit me, rashes would form on my arms, with blue slime coming out of them. And then I would slowly melt like a snowman on a beach.
What a crazy
But most of the
dream.
time I spent laying in bed crying and wondering if any guy would ever be willing to date.
It always falls back to that of like a boy and like, oh, boys are never like me. That happened in the last one too.
A misfit like me. I was about
She's
to
not
give
a
up
misfit,
on life,
she's
but
just
then
allergic.
my brother had his 13th birthday. My parents asked him if he had any wishes, and he said his only wish was to go back to the beach. My parents got mad at him and told him to be considerate of my sun allergy and to stop talking about the beach. But he started crying, pointed at me.
Gosh, that is such a not appealing crying face. Oh, kind of scary.
Said I was an evil vampire that was scared of the sun and tried to suck the blood out of our family. I remember feeling so terrible afterwards that I went to my mom and asked if she could bring me to a foster home because I didn't want to be a burden to our family anymore. Luckily, I have the greatest mom in the world, and she said that she would never ever leave me because she just
her brother's
loves me too
evil.
much. I guess that's exactly what I needed to hear. Because the next day, I decided once and for all to stop being a victim of my sun allergy and to finally take control of my life again. I joined an indoor hockey team to make new friends.
Nice.
I bought a telescope and took my family out to the beach and watched the stars at night. And I stopped thinking of my sun allergy as something bad that happened to me. And instead, I started to think of it as something good that happened for me and that made me become a stronger person. Now I'm in college and people here are much more understanding. Some even think it's cool that I have a sun allergy. And there was one cute guy who approached me and said he always wanted
My
to
gosh, is that Ninja?
Do not bully people.
date a good-looking vampire like me. And I've also decided that if I should ever get married, that it will be during a solar eclipse, because that would be so romantic. I guess it sounds crazy, but at this point in my life, I'm truly grateful for my sun allergy. It taught me that the events in our lives don't control us, but that it's all about how we react to those events.
That was a big leap.
The first 2 years after I developed my sun allergy, I couldn't stop pitying myself, and I spent every night crying myself to sleep and wondering why life was so unfair to me. However, now I've realized that complaining about things you can't control doesn't make sense. It's a waste of time and energy. Instead, I try to only focus on those things that I do have control over, like studying for school or having a good time with my family, playing board games and making jokes. I just want to thank you for listening to my story. I hope you learned something from it. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more animated stories.
All of these videos always end with like a feel-good lesson, which is her saying you shouldn't let circumstances that you can't control dictate your life, and that you should instead look at them as an opportunity or try to control the things that you actually have control over. So I actually really like how all of these videos end with like a moral and a story. It really like feels so uplifting. That being said, I'm wondering what the comments have to say. Girl, I'm allergic to the sun. Vampire, same here. Welcome to the club. Okay, this is literally what I said. Who noticed that all these girls with different allergies, all that matters to them is having a boyfriend? 2019, allergic to the sun. 2040, allergic to walking. 2050, allergic to standing. 2070, allergic to sitting. 2100, allergic to life. Oh my god. No one, not a single person. People in 3019, I'm allergic to the earth. These stories are so crazy. I wonder how many people, how rare. 3.1 per 100,000 people. That's actually a lot. The other one was, I think the water allergy was like 1 in 200 million. So I feel like this is actually a lot of people are affected by it. But it says females more likely to be affected than males, of course. That is crazy, guys. I feel like everyone's kind of allergic to the sun because everyone gets like red and sunburnt, but I'm sure this is a different kind of allergy. Anyways, that is I'm Allergic to the Sun, a true animated story, and comment down below if you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to go watch all of the other videos in this series, and I'll see you guys in the next video.